Where you are.
Good morning, Blaine. We're coming live to you from Pretoria, just outside the Department of Basic Education. And as you recall, that schools have been closed for about 2 months now, as the country, battles to contain the spread of the coronavirus. But now, with the schools reopening next Monday, there are growing concerns, amidst the increasing number of infections as well as deaths as a result of this pandemic. And there have been growing concerns from, various circles of the society. One of them being the Not In My Name movement, which is here today, picketing outside of the Department of Basic Education, saying that the reopening of schools seem to be premature, and it seems to be done with haste. But just to hear more on that, I'm here with Themba Masango of Not In My Name. Themba, if you can just tell us as to what this picket today is about.
Thank you very much, my sister. Well, this picket today is clearly about saying that we've got no problem with schools opening. However, the schools to be open on the 1st of June is really premature. It's not well thought out, because we are, as the world, we are facing a pandemic. And coronavirus does not care whether you feel that schools should be open on the 1st of June. Teachers will be going back. Many of them spoke to us earlier on saying that we are afraid of going to school and catching the virus. Children are going to school. They say it's in phases, grade 7 and grade 12s. However, we have a child in the northwest by the name of Tsepo, who was saying that if I go to school, the school itself has got pit latrines, doesn't have proper toilet. There is no water. If there is water, it's sometimes. Tsepo goes to the toilet, does not even able to wash his hands. And moreover, it is a place of where people socialize and get together, and a communal space. If you can't open restaurants, why would you want to open schools? Because it is the same type of setup where people are going to be around one another, are going to be talking to one another. The danger of catching the virus is dangerous. So we are saying that you cannot want to open schools at such haste. So make sure that all the schools are properly cleansed, sanctified properly, sanitization is clear. How are you going to have 80 children in one class practice social distancing? Because we know in our townships, in rural areas, we have grade 7s, even grade 12s, many of them in a classroom. How are they going to be able to practice that social distancing? Mamelodi alone has got 18 high schools. We would like to know how many of those schools have been properly cleansed. So we have given a memorandum to the department. Mr. Fisa was here earlier on, the director, and we have said that we are giving you 7 days to please answer to the demands. And most of all is saying that please open schools only when it is safe to do so. Failure for them to answer us, we will have to go to the courts and take legal action to this issue, because we are parents. Our family members and friends are teachers. They are afraid. They want to go to school. They want to do the right thing, but we are saying do it at the right time and so on. So today is a virtual picket that we are here. We've got over 30,000 people who are watching on different online areas, and they are in support of this situation. It is a position that we have taken. It may not necessarily be a popular one. We understand that there are those parents who are also tired, who want to take children back to school. But we are saying, based on the request that we have heard from our constituency and many other South Africans who are saying it is premature, we are requesting, Mama Angie, please stop. Hear us this time. It's too early to open the schools. Let's take the necessary precautions. Let us make sure the schools are properly clean. Let us make sure that everything is in order first before we open the schools. I will rather have children who are alive and teachers who are alive and go to school later than have something that we don't want. Really, at the moment, as a nation, we feel like we are left on our own. Yesterday, the president...
Okay, Themba. The minister earlier indicated that they are actually, following all precautions to ensure that when schools reopen, they are ready, and with the provision of personal protective equipment. Don't you think that suffice enough to protect those kids that will be received next week Monday?
It's a good start. However, it is the same minister as well who just 2 days ago on the Daily Dispatch said that if it fails, we will close schools. That means the person is not 100% sure about the preparations that they themselves are making. This is not a PR stunt. This is not a trial. It's our children. It's lives at stake here. Before we go into schools and to this war that we are going to be facing, let's make 100% sure that we are going to curb fatalities, that we are not going to have a situation like we had in France, where people are dying because of going back in school. Let us make sure that we do things orderly. If it may take time, it's understandable. We've already been in lockdown. Children haven't been in school. So let us take the extra time, even if it's an extra month or two, but let us make sure that everything is in order and we are confident enough. Right now, you and me as parents are not confident enough to be able to take our kids to school. Many of the people who are watching even online right now are saying, I'm going to wait for the first 2 weeks to hear if there's any news of fatalities or any children who are getting corona. So that is not a clear of safety. And yes, they are saying if you choose not to go to school, you can do online. But we've got thousands of children in township, in rural areas who don't have access to those things. What we are saying is that yes, schools must be open eventually so. However, let us do it properly. 1st of June is really too soon. They themselves know that they are pushing a very thin line. So it is irresponsible to just want to throw us into the lion's den and say it's in your hands. Corona in our hands, how was it?
And you are saying that should the minister fail to hit, to this call, you are going to take the department to court?
Yes, obviously we will be forced to do so because really this is out of conviction. We feel that it is not the right time and it is not well thought out. Until we are satisfied with that, that is why we are here today. And that is why we are picketing in our small numbers. Yes, we are many on social media, but right now we are saying that, Minister, listen to the call. If you don't, we'll have to meet one another in court. We don't want to do that. We've got great respect for the Minister and the MEC, especially here in Gauteng. They are doing their best, but we are saying that right now is not the time to open school. It's not the good and the logical thing to do at the moment.
Do you feel like, as a parent, the minister or the department, just wants to, use learners as guinea pigs?
Of course. We can't have teachers being used as guinea pigs and our children used as guinea pigs to test whether this virus will catch them or not. It's not right. It's people's lives at the end of the day. So we understand that there should be a gradual opening of school and the economy and so on. But let's understand that we are facing a pandemic that we know nothing much about. We are facing this virus, and the more we move, the more it moves. And we don't know, now we have been hearing that they are making space in hospitals, they are making space for mass graves and body bags and so on. Whose children must it be? And whose teachers must it be? If they want to do that, it's not right. That is why we are saying 7 days. Failure to answer us, we'll be going to court. We'll meet one another there. We'll have to fight this situation on a different level. And we are saying, why would you want to embarrass yourself now instead of making sure that everything is right? Thank you so much.
Thank you. There was Temba Masango of Not In My Name movement lamenting the fact that it's premature for the department to be sending children or learners to schools next week, whilst the department, on the other hand, has cited the fact that they are ready. They actually are, even making sure that personal protective equipment are being supplied, to most of the schools in the country. That's back to you in the studio, Blaine.
All right, we'll see if this lands up in court. Molemo, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Molemo, waOne, Mo-thwa, live for us in Pretoria.